Vyasadeva compiled all Vedic literatures containing the four divisions of the Vedas, the Vedanta Sutras, the Puranas, the Mahabharata, and so on. But nevertheless, he was not satisfied. His dissatisfaction was observed by his spiritual master, and thus Narad advised him to write on the transcendental activities of Lord Shri Krishna. These transcendental activities are described specifically in the Bhagavatam's 10th canto, which is considered its substance. But in order to reach the very substance, one must proceed gradually by developing knowledge of the categories. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namaste, Haribol, Radhe Radhe. I, Vijayalakshmi, welcome you all to the Science of Krishna. On this show, I want to talk about the nectar of all Vedic scriptures, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Composed by Vyasadeva, it has 18,000 verses. We are so busy that we don't get time to sit in a quiet place and read the holy scriptures. So it's advised that if you want to pick one Vedic scripture, pick Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the essence, the cream of all Vedic scriptures. It will take us closer to Shri Krishna. I am not a qualified person to read Srimad Bhagavatam, but here I am trying and begging Shri Krishna that, oh Shri Krishna, please make me fall in your love, because I want to spend this lifetime talking about Shri Krishna. So here I am, chapter 1, questions by the sages. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the secondary creator, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. We know that Vasudeva, Shri Krishna, is the cause of all causes. Everything that exists emanates from the Lord. It's stamped by Srimad Bhagavatam also, so it is true. Now the question comes, who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam? Let's hear it from Srimad Bhagavatam. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavat Puran propounds the highest truth which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. Clearly, I am not. So I am still trying to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. May Srimad Bhagavatam bless me and bless everyone. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need for any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So, it is purely transcendental scripture that can be understood only by pure devotees. But one should, even though we are not pure, we should try to read Srimad Bhagavatam. We should try to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, and Krishna willing, one day we will understand it and Shri Krishna will be established in our heart. Hari Bol to that. Text 3, Canto 1. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadev Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. I would like to share this beautiful explanation that in Sanskrit, the parrot is also known as shuk. When a ripened fruit is cut by the red beaks of such birds, its sweet flavor is enhanced. The Vedic fruit, which is mature and ripe in knowledge, is spoken through the lips of Srila Shukadev Goswami, who is compared to the parrot, not for his ability to recite the Bhagavatam exactly as he heard it from his learned father, but for his ability to present the work in a manner that would appeal to all classes of men. That is why I'm reading it line to line, because there is no need for any alterations. I don't want to ruin the actual nectar by putting in my alterations. Once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages, headed by the sage Shaunak, assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of Lord and his devotees. So the devotees of the Lord, they do all kinds of sacrifices and yagyas just to please God. Because in Srimad Bhagavad Gītā, it's written that when any action is performed for Shri Krishna, it is accepted. So we should also fulfill and do all our actions to please the great Lord and his devotees. Only then that action is good enough. Text 5. One day, after finishing their morning duties, by burning a sacrificial fire and offering a seat of esteem to Srila Shruta Goswami, the great sages made inquiries with great respect about the following matters. Now, the sages will be asking some questions to the great saint Srila Shruta Goswami. The sages said, "Respected Shruta Goswami, you are completely free from all vice. You are well versed in all the scriptures famous for religious life and in the Puranas and histories as well, for you have gone through them under proper guidance, have and also explained them. Being the eldest learned, being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Shruta Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead. You also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge." Now, this is the sages asking questions to Shruta Goswami. "And because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. Please, therefore, being blessed with many ears, explain to us in an easily understandable way," that's exactly what I need, "what you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali Yuga, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed." There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them, there are many prescribed duties which can be learned only after many years of study in their various divisions. Therefore, O sage, please select the essence of all these scriptures and explain it for the good of all living beings, that by such instruction their hearts may be fully satisfied. All blessings upon you, O Shruta Goswami. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. O Shruta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and his incarnations. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters, for one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the water of the Ganga can sanctify only after prolonged use. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the great Lord? His transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narad sing of them. Please, therefore, speak to us who are eager to hear about the adventures he performs in his various incarnations. We never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships with him relish hearing of his pastimes at every moment. Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, along with Balaram, played like a human being, and so masked he performed many superhuman acts. Knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead, and in this way perform sacrifice. We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so that we may accept you as captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of a human being. Since Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principles have now gone for shelter. This was chapter 1, questions by the sages. So many questions. I believe at some point or the other, we all have these questions that how, like, give me that one simple way that I can reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is through love for Shri Krishna. And how can we develop love for Shri Krishna? By hearing about Shri Krishna, by talking about Shri Krishna, by chanting, by singing and glorifying his name. So the mission of this human clothing, this human life, is to have spiritual realization, is what is written in the scriptures. But how can one be spiritually realized? How can one be self realized? It is so tough depending on the circumstances we are surrounded, we are in. We are all, majority of us are full of greed. We have become selfish. We have no time to think about what is it that we are doing in our life. How can we then develop self realization? How can we be spiritually enlightened? Simple way is to read about Shri Hari. And Srimad Bhagavatam is all about Shri Krishna and his devotees. So there is no difference between Bhagavatam and Bhagavan, Shri Hari. So, this little endeavor of reading and introducing Srimad Bhagavatam in our lives is simply to attain love for Shri Krishna. I hope and pray that may we all fall in love with the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. Please give me your blessings that may I also improve, may I also gain the understanding to love Shri Krishna wholeheartedly, and may I be pure at heart. Please bless me. You all are great devotees, so I need your blessings. In the next episode, let's learn what the Goswami ji has to say to all the sages who asked him all these questions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namaste, Hari Bol, Radhe Radhe.